from the All Indiana Podcast Network. This is Wish TV's Behind the Eight.
What's on the program for this fine day?
McKinzie Roth takes you behind the scenes at News 8.
Sounds like a great program.
It is amazing.
Now, here's Wish TV's entertainment insider, McKinzie Roth.
Hello. I'm McKinzie Roth, entertainment insider here at Wish TV with another episode of Behind the Eight. Back at it again. Very special guest, Nina Criscuolo, joins us now.
Your day moves fast. Your news should too. That's why there's a new and improved Wish TV app bringing you more local news, breaking alerts, live streaming, weather forecasts, radar, and Indiana sports all in one place. Customize your news feed to see the stories that matter most to you and get the information you need when you need it. Download the new and improved Wish TV app today on iOS or Android and take News 8 with you everywhere.
Nina, welcome to the show. I don't want to clap too loud. We're gonna whisper a little bit because she's brought her newborn Claire. Claire is beautiful. She's the youngest guest also on this podcast.
Yes, hopefully she can hold that record for a little while, right? A month old, and she's breastfeeding during the podcast. So.
We love that she's breastfeeding during this podcast. Okay, what has life been for you on maternity? How long are you on maternity leave?
Yeah, so I'm taking the full 12 weeks. I try to soak up every little bit that I can. So I'll be back January 9th, I believe is the date. I'll be back at Wish TV. So we're about a month in, and it's been great. Everyone told me the transition from 3 to 4 kids is nothing. I found it to be something, but we're
She's
good.
like, and they freaking lied to me. Yeah, okay.
I thought 2 to 3 wasn't too bad, but 3 to 4 just seemed like it's been busy.
Yes.
It's been busy.
This woman is insane. She is goals. You can't even tell, first of all, that you've had a child, let alone that you have 4 children. So how was the birth? Take us through the process.
Yeah, so this was my easiest birth experience. And if there's any women listening, don't ever feel guilty about your birth experience and what happens. So much is out of our control. My first was a C-section. And I was disappointed about that. I know some women feel that way. So I really fought to deliver my next baby. It happened. I delivered him, but it was a little crazy. I pushed for 4 hours.
Okay.
Then the next baby was super fast. I didn't have time to get an epidural, get checked in at the hospital, nothing. He just
popped out.
Yes. This time we were induced for a couple reasons. So we were there. It was calm. The day was very simple. I ended up getting an epidural, which made it easy toward the end. I pushed 3 times, and she was here. It was like I almost felt like I cheated or something because it wasn't bad.
You deserve that. And the cuteness of Claire, she is so perfect. I had an epidural, and it makes a difference. And I think it's my mom's like, I had no drugs, all 3 of you girls. And I think that's amazing. Go Kiki, go. That's awesome. But if, do what you got to do to get the baby here.
And I did. I went without anything with the third. And actually, I did love that experience, but it was intense.
Yeah.
And my nurse this time said, you know what? You already got the T-shirt. So if you don't want to do that again, get an epidural. And so I did this time, and it was really special. We have 3 boys, and we did not know what Claire was. And so the doctor, the nurses all knew we were getting surprised. And it was like everyone was super invested. It was a very special moment. If you saw the picture from our birth photographer, it was
incredible. You
really
should see Nina's face. Did you have an inclination like that this might be a girl, or did you think it was a boy? Did you have any inkling?
My husband really thought it was a girl because this pregnancy was so different.
By the way, this is my girl who also wears high heels. There are many of us. She wore high heels up until her delivery date.
Yeah. You got to stick to it.
Dressed
right?
to the nines, styling, just rocking it.
He really felt like it was a girl. I think for me, I just didn't want to invest that much thought or emotion into it.
Yep.
I truly believe I would have been happy with a boy, and that's why we had a 4th child. But I think if I had put a bunch of weight on needing to have that girl, then I may have felt disappointed, and I didn't want that. So
Smart.
I just don't let myself venture into it too much. But it was a wonderful surprise, and I still can't believe I have a girl.
I mean, look at this mom right here. She is literally nursing while we're doing this podcast. It's incredible. How do you, Nina, juggle it all? Because, you literally now have 4 children. children. Let's talk about your role also. What are all the things you do here at Wish TV for those who don't know?
Okay, so I'm the weekend anchor here at Wish on the evenings and the weekends. So Saturday, Sundays at 6, 10, and 11. And then the 3 days during the week I work, I'm usually on daybreak, but I also fill in everywhere. So if I'm needed on any of the other newscasts, I can switch around. And a lot of that flexibility and my ability to do as much as I do at home comes from my mom living with us.
Yes.
So I will fully admit I have an extra set of hands.
And what's her name?
Deb.
Shout out to Deb.
Or Nani, and depending on who you're talking to. But that is a big part of it, that I have a full-time extra set of hands. She lives with us, and her role is to help us.
I love it.
So my husband's job makes it so that he can't always be a very active role at home, and then I have a schedule where sometimes I'm leaving at 2 in the morning or not getting home till midnight. So we knew we needed somebody who lived in our house to cover those gaps. And that also means that I can say, I'm going to run upstairs and do a 30-minute workout.
Right.
And she has the baby, and the baby doesn't have to stay asleep. The baby doesn't have to be, completely docile during it. So that does help in terms of all the things that I do.
And that you juggle. And you juggle them so well. Let's talk about your insane fitness regimen. You are just so dedicated. And that's what I love about you. You always get it in. So have you been like this your whole life? Or is this kind of like a new era?
Right. I was a dancer growing up. So I do love movement. I love being active. But I've always kind of struggled with my weight. And that didn't change when I had babies. As you know, that makes it a lot more difficult.
Absolutely. I gained 40 pounds with Lou.
Yeah.
What's the most? I mean, do you fluctuate with each of them, or did you keep
I've
it?
always gained about 45 or 50.
Okay.
The problem was I wasn't getting back down all the way each baby. And so I was, kind of getting 5 more pounds and 5 more pounds.
In
and
little
that became
increments.
my new normal over and over and over. And so after baby number 3, I thought, you know what? I am going to commit 100%. I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to follow the nutrition plan. I'm going to do the workouts exactly to the calendar. And then if it doesn't work, I gave it my all.
Right. Exactly.
I did everything I'm supposed to do. That's kind of the mindset that I got into. And you know what? When you fully commit, it works.
And you do a lot of home workouts, correct?
I do all home workouts for the most part.
Yes.
Yeah, so I stream them at home, and it worked. And I lost 80 pounds from the time I was, right before I gave birth to my 3rd baby to my full weight loss. And I just felt amazing.
Yes.
And I don't just mean appearance-wise. Of course, the appearance is a wonderful thing.
Of course.
But my energy and my confidence and my mindset and in terms of anxiety and depression, I just felt so good that I'm never going back to anything other than this. So I worked out through my whole pregnancy. I stuck with my nutrition plan. Now I help other people get their journeys started. And gosh, that was a big reason why I didn't think it was necessarily a girl, that this pregnancy was so different, because I was just so much healthier. So
look at her. And I get to see Claire right now. She's in Nina's arms.
She's
she's so beautiful. She's got so much hair.
Yes,
she's so
black
beautiful.
hair like my husband. So that was a surprise.
Okay, so everybody wants to know, are you guys done? Or are you going to keep on going?
We are done. Yes, this is it. I'm giving away the baby clothes when she's done with things. Actually, because she's a girl, we got rid of everything that my youngest boy has grown out of.
Has it been kind of fun, getting girly stuff?
Yeah. I have done very little shopping.
Okay.
I did one online order, but otherwise people have been so kind and generous, and I think excited for us that we have gotten a wonderful amount of gifts. The little outfit she has on today, her brothers bought for her the day after she was born, so that she would have some girl things, because I bought nothing.
What was the moment like when they first laid eyes on her?
Well, we FaceTimed them from the hospital because with COVID they couldn't come to the hospital. But they when I FaceTimed them and my mom, I said, well, it's a little sister, and
did your mom cry?
Oh, my mom was screaming. My oldest, who's 7.5, was excited and kind of screaming, and the baby then the 2.5-year-old, who I call the baby still, he was excited because the oldest was excited. The middle one just stopped and got kind of teary-eyed. And I said, Everett, what's wrong? We're FaceTiming. He said, I'm just so happy. And so I didn't know a 5-year-old could be happy
a raw,
that way.
real emotion for him to express it in that way.
Yeah. And he's the one that's been just enamored with her. So he thinks Claire is just everything.
She is absolutely stunning. So precious. I just love that you are just such an inspiration to everybody. Like, she kills it at work, she kills it at home, and you just juggle. And I love that we bonded because we got to anchor a little bit at the 4 o'clock together. And I was just, the realness of Nina is next level. Like, you just don't care. You don't have time for BS. You don't have time for other salty folks. You just are who you are. And I really appreciate that about you. And it shines through.
Yeah, I think kindness is huge, you know?
Yeah.
And so for me, that's been a big focus in my life, at least the last couple years, not to judge other people for what they're dealing with, the mood that they're bringing to the table that day, because I think we just have so much going on.
Sure.
So I try my best to just lead with kindness no matter what the situation is.
And what would you tell women in particular who feel like, okay, I got to a point where I have to choose between being a mom and a career? Because you have 4 children, and it's amazing.
Well, I think support is huge. I have a really supportive husband, and we are really partners in life in terms of pushing each other in our careers and supporting each other. But I think it's so important to invest in yourself. I think that and we hear this all the time, right? You can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
And so I really think it's important that you're filling your interests and experiencing things. And if that means a night out with your friends or a massage or a career or whatever it is, you need to make sure you're happy in order to be the best mom, wife, sister.
And it's not selfish. I feel so bad when women feel so like, oh, I went to get my nails done, and they feel so selfish. I'm like, you need that time, girlfriend. Like, then you come back and you're happy and you're relaxed.
And what do you want to teach your kids?
Exactly.
You don't want your kids to feel like, in order to be a good mom or a good dad, I have to sacrifice everything I love either. We wouldn't want that for our children.
Exactly.
So there's nothing wrong with showing them, like, this is mommy's time right now. This is really important to mommy. You know, and I have my kids, if you see me on Instagram, my kids are often in the room, you know, they'll come in and say, are you doing a workout right now? And that doesn't mean I'm going to stop. You can hang out with me. I don't care. You can jump on the bed. You can join me.
Right.
But this is what I'm doing right now, you know?
Right, exactly. This is so cool. So you're coming back January 9th.
Yes.
Do you get any anxiety, any nervousness coming back? Because you've done it a few times now.
Yeah, no, not here at Wish TV and not after having so many babies. I feel like Wish has been very supportive in terms of us nursing moms. You know, there's a nursing suite upstairs for nice privacy. They've never made me feel bad for saying I need a break to go do that, or I need to go do this before the show or after the show. And so I know I've done it before. It's always a stretch that first year, getting through the nursing. But I've done it before.
Yeah.
I can do it again.
You can do it again. She can do anything. And let's talk about, so Nina, champ over on, it was a kind of a localized Dancing with the Stars. Tell us about this competition, because I was waiting to be in the stands, and I feel like it's going to happen again, and I will be there cheering you on.
Yeah. So that happened. It was in March, so it's actually postponed. And I was really disappointed because with COVID, they postponed it. It was right when everything was happening. It was supposed to happen March 13th. So if you remember, that's kind of when everything was falling apart, right? And they postponed it. And I'm on the phone with them, and I was like, that's fine, but I'm like 8 weeks pregnant. And they didn't know that, you know? And so I'm like, I probably can't participate now. And I said, I don't want you to make decisions for me and for, you know, my situation. Like, I'll roll with whatever the situation. So we recorded my dances, and that wasn't ideal, but it was what it was. Well, now it's not happening until March 2021.
Okay.
So I'm just working my little booty off to try to
girl.
look good.
In the little sequence cha-cha.
Yes, exactly.
And we know you will. Yeah. We know you will. Now, how long have you been here at Wish TV?
6.5 years.
Okay, give us some dirt, if you will, on just some people in the newsroom who cracks you up, who has a messy desk, that kind of thing.
Oh gosh, so Randall sits by me.
Okay,
and he has a very messy desk.
Yes,
but I love Randall. He's a new dad with a little girl.
We love him.
So I think he's just doing his best over there at his desk.
He's doing it.
I think Richard makes me laugh all the time with his dry, sarcastic sense of humor.
So funny story about him. The first time he talked to me, like really we had a conversation, he was calling me Mindy. the whole time instead of McKinzie. So that's a joke. He's always like, "Sup, Mindy?"
Yeah.
So
He, he is relatively new here, and he's a worker, so he's not always just sitting around chatting. And he asked me when I was pregnant. He said, "I keep forgetting you're pregnant," and it took me a while to show this pregnancy, so I think it was all of a sudden like, "Oh gosh, Nina's having another baby."
It was wild because you're just like, "Whoa," because you were just because you're so fit, and then it's like, "Whoa," and then they're like, "Oh yeah, she's like having the baby now."
Yeah, exactly. And so he said, what number baby is this for you? 2? And held up 2, and I held up 4 fingers. And he goes, "You Catholic?" And I was like, "Actually, I'm not, but."
That's so funny. He cracks me up.
I think that he's somebody who makes me laugh in the newsroom. There are so many people I love here. Tara Hastings is a wonderful friend.
Yes.
Such amazing energy and positivity.
And that makes a huge difference because I feel like really, viewers see that we genuinely like each other, and when you have like, a great camaraderie with someone.
Yeah, if you watch
shows.
on the weekends, I'm with Tara. We really do love each other. I think Charlie Clifford and Olivia Ray, I think the whole sports team is amazing.
Incredible. I love the weekend vibes here. I popped in on a weekend to do something, and it was just, I go, wow. I mean, it's just, it's a little more buttoned up, during the week because the bosses are all here. And then during the weekend, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Anthony
Calhoun is wonderful, and he's in on the weekend sometimes too. And I like to, he'll walk into the studio and say, "How much time do we have?" Because the sports people never have their mics and IFBs on early like we do.
Right.
And so he'll always say, "How much time do we have?" And no matter what, I always say 30 seconds. and he'll be like, "Whoa." And start running, and I'm always joking. I've done it to him like a half dozen times, and he
never changed that. That is awesome. It's funny because people, for us, when we say 6 minutes, that's like an eternity in TV time. Where other people would be like,
time to go do my makeup.
Yeah, we're like, let's go to get a coffee and come back 6 minutes.
Yeah.
What do you love most about your job and your gig?
Oh gosh. I really love storytelling.
Yeah.
And I think that especially in today's climate, as a journalist, that holds a lot of weight, and we have a lot of trust issues there. And so for me, all I can do, I'm sorry.
There's Claire. No, there's Claire. She wants to say, hey.
All I can do is make sure to be as reliable and accurate and factual and talk to people like I'm telling my mom or my husband about what's going on with coronavirus or politics or whatever. And so I put a lot of weight on that. And I hope that people see me and the Wish TV team as, a reliable, accurate source. It's just bringing you facts. And I feel like we can only do that one person at a time.
Absolutely.
So that's what I try to focus on when I'm here. But I love the family here at Wish TV. I've worked a lot of places, and this is a wonderful place to work with wonderful people.
Yep. It's nice and warm and fuzzy, and we like to joke around. And
Not
you got to have some
egos
fun.
or anything either.
Yeah.
And that can happen in this industry.
Oh, yeah.
Especially among women.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't feel that. I don't feel that with you. I don't feel that way with Brooke. And I don't feel that way with Tara. It's much more of a just supportive.
We're getting ready together, having fun. Like, I love just when we're cracking up and then we can bring that on screen, right?
Yeah.
And so Nina, I was just like, oh, she's such a down girl. I just remember when we were together, we got to co-host. My mom was like, who is that cute little fiery redhead? She's like, she just loved you. I was like, I know, she's awesome. She's like, you guys just had such a nice rapport and a nice chemistry together. And I was like, and she's got all these babies and she just kills it. What do you want people to know? What's next for Nina? What's coming up in your life?
Oh gosh, well, I feel like it's like
you'll have the holiday.
laughs.
I'm glad that you get to be home for the holidays.
Yes,
It's like
I get
you
to
could
be
not
home
have
for the
timed this more.
holidays. We're
Perfect.
building a house right now too, so
Wow.
of course, let's just throw everything into the year
Girl.
of 2020.
Yeah.
So we'll be moving into that in January, right as I'm kind of coming back to work. But we are just. My husband and I really love being parents. So we're just enjoying our kids while they're little, trying to have fun. This year we didn't do as many vacations and stuff with COVID and the baby. So we're excited to kind of get back to that.
Little groove.
Travel and groove. And hopefully 2021 will be better for that.
Oh my
I know
gosh.
everyone's crossing their fingers
Yes.
and hoping that's the case, right?
Absolutely. And how old exactly is Claire right now?
So she was 4 weeks yesterday, almost 1 month.
Oh,
I can't
so
believe
sticky.
it.
She's a little love. Look at her little. She's these adorable little socks that look like little ballet shoes.
Yes, and then the boys are 7.5, 5, and 2.5. So
you have to follow Nina on Instagram. Where can everybody find you, girl? Because they're just family is so adorable. Like you can't stop watching them.
It's just Nina_Criscuolo on Instagram. Criscuolo is hard to spell, but hopefully if you get Nina_Chris, you'll it'll pop up.
She was awesome one day. She's like, it's like Crisco. Just say Criscuolo. I'm like, all right.
It's just like if Crisco had a reduced fat. Criscuolo.
Yes.
Yes. So
I love it. Oh, there's Claire. All right, Claire's like, wrap this up, mommy. Thank you so much, Nina Criscuolo. for joining us behind the 8. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun with you. Please come back. Claire, every month birthday, you need to come back and see us because you're amazing. I'm McKinzie Roth, Entertainment Insider here at Wish TV. Subscribe to this and more podcasts at the All Indiana Podcast Network. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, follow us, wishtv.com. Until next time, bye-bye.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com. allindianapodcastnetwork.com.